R. Kelly was born on the 8th of January 1967. He was born in Chicago, Illinois, and he grew up around the projects, a government-subsidized housing development that offer low rents. His family was really poor. Robert Kelly has an older sister, Teresa Kelly, and two brothers, Bruce Kelly and Carrie Kelly. Robert grew up without a father. He wasn't around and he was gone before Kelly was even born. Whenever Kelly would ask about his father, his mother would not talk about him. This seemed to affect him growing up, as confessed in an interview he did with GQ. "That's the one thing, if I could change anything, I would definitely have had a father around," R. Kelly said. "I would definitely say it affected me deeply as a young man growing up." "Who doesn't want a father?" he asked the panelist. Those are the beginnings, and those are what can dictate the roads you choose in life, and choosing them well. It affected me a great deal. R. Kelly lamented. The absence of a father made Kelly have a deep, strong and close relationship with his mother. His mother, Joanne Kelly, though, married another man who was a former pilot. His mother worked as a school teacher. She would take him to church every Sunday, and at some point, R. Kelly began to sing in the church choir at the age of 8. However, during his early school years, Robert was diagnosed with a learning disability, dyslexia, a reading disorder which left him unable to read or write. Soon after, Robert dropped out of school and he began performing in the subways of Chicago. In 1993, when Robert's career was rising, his mother died of cancer, for which he says he remained crying in the studio when he heard the news. "People tried to console me, but I couldn't hear a thing they were saying," Kelly said. In 1996, R. Kelly got married to dancer and choreographer, Andrea Lee. The ceremony was private, and that began R. Kelly's journey into starting a family. 2 years after his wedding to Andrea, the couple had their first child in 1998. The two welcomed their daughter Joanne Kelly on March 19. Their second child, Jay Kelly, was born 2 years later in 2000. Their last child, Robert Kelly Jr., was born in 2002. R. Kelly said this in a phone call interview while traveling to Florida for a concert. "Once you start having kids, man, you start seeing life different. You see how beautiful they are. You see yourself in them and how you wanted certain things, and then you discover that they have different passions. I love my kids." Being considered one of the greatest artists with a 30-year successful career, R. Kelly has allowed his children to grow and not be burdened by his achievements. He has allowed them to pursue what they feel they need to do. This has shown his capabilities as a father without really having a role model to lean on. As noted earlier on, Robert grew up without a father. One would think it would affect him so badly, but clearly he has managed. Even so, it has allowed him to become a better person, as he doesn't want his children to go through the same things he went through as child growing up. "I was less fortunate than my kids," he says. "I had nothing, grew up in poverty. So I'm just here to break that poverty curse throughout my family, because nobody before me ever had anything. And I'm trying to build that with my kids," he continued. R. Kelly further said in GQ interview about being a father to his kids, "I want to be able to be a father to my kids. I've never seen my father, but my kids can see me whenever they want." What's most important is that R. Kelly has allowed his children to pursue their passions, not letting them be burdened by his achievements as a musician. "My kids, I'm not pushing them to sing, I'm not pushing them to write songs either, although they can do it and do it well. But I'm not pushing or pulling. I'm here to support them with whatever they want. My main thing is to make sure they're secure in case they don't want to do any of that stuff," Kelly said. His firstborn child, Joanne Kelly, has followed in her father's footsteps and become a singer. She performs under the name Buku Abby, and she has even sang a song with her famous dad entitled "Wanna Be There." Robert's second child, Jay Kelly, has also pursued music. He is a singer and rapper. He is yet though to release an album, but he has performed in many events with the singles he has released. The last born, Robert Kelly Jr., has maintained a quiet and private life away from the spotlight. Though his kids have grown up and created their own paths, Robert has ensured that they are well supported. Though he divorced from his wife in 2009 after 13 years in marriage, he has ensured that he is always there for his children as much as possible. "My legacy is not about me anymore. It's largely about my children," Kelly once said. "Everything I do now is really about my kids, and making sure they're successful. It's really about holding on to that legacy, making it stronger, growing my brand and allowing my shelter to continue to stay over my kids and the people that I love." His legacy, as he says, is about his children. Everything that he has done and achieved throughout his glistering 30-year career has been for his children. Having children has enabled Kelly to become humble and concentrate on what really matters to him. "I've been in the business successfully for almost 30 years now. So I think it benefits me. But more than it benefits me, it benefits my kids. My kids are able to go to school and have the things that I couldn't have had when I was younger." Addressing the allegations that have been brought forward against him, R. Kelly said in an interview with Gayle King of CBS News that all these allegations were trying to separate him from his kids. He gave the impression that he just wants to go home and be with his kids and try to have a better relationship with them. Kelly is fighting for his life. His life that includes his children too. All these allegations against him creates a line of separation in his family. People need to realize that they are separating him from his family and his obligations to them. Growing up without his father left R. Kelly with a hole in his heart. Not wanting to repeat the hardships he went through, Kelly has tried his best to be there for his kids despite the difficult circumstances surrounding him. He may not have had a father, but he has been able to be a father to his children with no reference or role model to lean on. R. Kelly may be one of the most successful musicians, but he is also a man of family. Thank you for watching LFN News, a production of LFN Media, giving you another view of issues at hand. To get notified whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. And remember to give us your comment on the subject matter below.